If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest and
acknowledge us.
Hey, guys, we're here at the red carpet ring. We got WWE Raw. CM Punk a little more secure spots in Elimination Chamber. We got a lot going on here. Got the first Raw after the Royal Rumble. We'll talk about that and other stuff there. And of course, we'll talk about the rating of Raw. We'll go over what went right, what went wrong with Raw. And also, we'll go over the bonus round. Will John Cena win the Elimination Chamber? That and much more. You guys get the likes of as we come into the ring. With that being said, let's move on. Let's talk about the match card real quick. Let's look over that. This was the Raw match card as follows that was advertised. Now, we had Jey Uso come out. He was going to cut a segment. His big win of his career of the Royal Rumble. And we had Charlotte Flair, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, come out. And we had two elimination qualifier matches. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. For the men's side, we had CM Punk versus Sami Zayn in the main event. So let's talk about it. And first, we had Jey Uso kick off Raw. Now, Jey Uso, when he kicked off Raw, he definitely took it to a whole nother level on here. I gotta say. And before we do get in, we had a lot of heat going on. He had a big, like I said before, we know that he was going to get a big pop. He's going to have a long entrance and everything you could think of. That's exactly what happened with Jey Uso. And when he came out, but it was a very good segment, though. He had a standing ovation, a big standing ovation. And before we do go any further, we got to give Jey Uso's props. If I haven't given his props already, he definitely came a long way from where he was in the beginning to right now, all the way to winning the Royal Rumble. That is a big moment. So I got it. Jey definitely came a long way. We never would have thought that if he told us when he debuted 15 years ago, would he be where he's at today? Would that be the case? And a lot of people would say, no, I would never thought that we would see him win the Royal Rumble, let alone potentially going to win the world title. Well, let's give him his props before anything else.
Yeet.
So he came out. He was crying everything. Jey Uso choked up, had a standing ovation. He even did yeet a little bit longer. Everything. He definitely was in the moment, basking it all in, as he should. So he was very gracious of that, because that was the biggest win and the biggest underdog to win it. But other than that, though, he came in, he talked about it. He talked about how he thanked the fans for being behind him while he was down, everything. And then Gunther interrupted him, and he threatened punishment. Gunther was not happy. He said he would beat Jey Uso like a diseased dog. Oh, man, Gunther being savage on the promo. But despite all of that, Jey Uso said he's going to talk to Cody on SmackDown. He's going to make his final decision who he's going to challenge at WrestleMania for their respective WWE or World Championship. But this is a great moment for Jey Uso. I'm very glad that he's in the spot that he's in, because he was taking L's left and right. And I don't care what the haters say, Jey, this was well deserved. And I know during that segment, this is all you heard before Jay could even speak. You deserve it, definitely does. So when we heard that, the crowd was going crazy. But that was the end of that segment. Let's move on to the next first match of the show. We did have Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser. Now Kaiser, he needs to rebound. He's been taking L's as well, but Penta still putting on a great performance. He's still doing his thing as a great competitor that he is. He always leaves the fans hanging their seat what we gonna do next. And during the match, near the end, we saw Pete Dunne come out. He interrupted the interview after the Penta defeated Kaiser, and then Kaiser had attacked Penta from behind. After right when he was in the middle of the segment, then we saw a stare down between Pete Dunne and Kaiser. But this was good though. Penta, he keeps the crowd going. Once again, AEW's loss, WWE's gain. Let's move on to the next part of the show. All right, we had the Women's Royal Rumble winner come out, Charlotte Flair. She didn't get that much. She didn't get the same reception Jey Uso got, unfortunately for her. But she did let the fans know that she went through a lot in the past year. Said she normally thought she was unbreakable till last year. She was breakable physically and mentally, and then they just start booing her and booing her and booing. She told the fans, love her or hate her, she loves all of them. And unfortunately, the fans did not feel the same way about Charlotte. They was not too pleased about her winning the Royal Rumble. They still getting heat for that, unfortunately for Charlotte. So, oh man, this is not good at all. Charlotte Flair, I said this before about her. Now, I have no problem with her winning. A lot of people do. And the reason I don't have a problem with her winning, because she's been on for WWE for over a year. And that's just the way it goes with that. It's a good way to bring her back into the storyline, back to the fold. But I will say this, Charlotte Flair needs a brand new character. This whole queen, I'm the queen, bow down. You've been doing this for the past over 10 years. You need a new character change. However, Rhea Ripley came out. She said she respects Charlotte and everything she's done. And Rhea said, pick her. Because Rhea want to keep proving herself. And Charlotte said, the first time we faced off, I beat you. And Rhea beat her the second time. So they both got to win over each other. Rumors floating around that we going to get a Charlotte versus Rhea part 3. Compared to most people saying that she should face Tiffany time versus the Queen. But I would like to see this match too. This is a good way to, for this setting up. It would be a good way to set this up. But Rhea said, back then she was a kid. She ain't a woman. She is now the wrestler that she is. But Charlotte said you jumped the gun too quick. You still a kid. And then Rhea said, please pick me so I can be respected into you. So that was a good segment, very good segment. You got to keep that. Gotta be honest, very good segment. No big issue with that at all. I like how that went. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. Next part of the show, we had a tag team match, the first ever tag team match of the New Day, first since they went heel and they turned on Big E. They had a singles match, but not a tag team match, and they had new theme music, by the way. This match was good, rocking back and forth. However, a distraction by Logan Paul onto Rey Mysterio caused Rey and Dragon Lee to lose. I don't think they still LWO no more. And New Day won the match. So, and we know Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio will face off next week for Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Speaking of Elimination Chamber qualifying match, we had the first one of the night. And we had Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, two former women's champions going at it. I actually like this match. These two always worked well together, and I saw this at the Saturday night's main event back in December with EO challenged the then women's world champion Liv Morgan. They got the same chemistry, but before the match, uh, EO have mentioned Rhea backstage that she gonna see at WrestleMania, and EO was attacked by Liv Morgan, and when Rhea ran off Liv, Raquel Rodriguez had attacked Rhea Ripley after that. So Rhea came in the match during the Miller match. She tried to even the score, get back at Raquel for attacking her earlier, and unfortunately, she attacked Liv during the match. Ref saw that. The match ends in DQ. Rhea, caused a disqualification on EO's part, and that caused Liv Morgan to get the win. And Liv was happy, and EO was not. EO was upset, going off. We could see a heel turn of EO. Her and Rhea really gonna go at it, and I could see a future feud between EO and Rhea for Rhea's Women's World Championship. So we're gonna see that happen. But this was a good match by Liv and EO. I like the chemistry. I like how these two played off each other. They definitely got good timing. So very good. Let's move on to the next part of the show. We got a segment by Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins, he does what he normally does, run his mouth and talk trash. He talked trash about how he was upset that he didn't win the Royal Rumble. However, he gave Jey Uso his props. He also mentioned that he glad Roman Reigns didn't win nor CM Punk. He got both of them. He stomped out Roman Reigns, and he said that he would stomp Roman Reigns out next time he saw him. However, he came to give a pep talk or a pep rally speak, try to boost Sami Zayn's confidence. He said, "You need to beat CM Punk. He don't need to qualify for the Chamber. He don't deserve to be in it." He said, "Sami Zayn, you're way above CM Punk. You're not the person he is. You're a way better person, individual. Yada yada yada." And we know that Seth Rollins does not like CM Punk. He likes Sami Zayn, but he's using Sami Zayn for motivation. Not so Sami can win. He just don't want CM Punk in the Chamber. And speaking of which, CM Punk came out. They had a little interaction. It was broken by officials. Still some tension there between Punk and Rollins. I saw Rollins get a little slap on CM Punk, get a little slap on the face. But this started off that match, which was the main event, CM Punk versus Sami Zayn. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Again, this was another solid match. Very good, solid match. I like how these guys went. I see CM Punk wore the Bret Hart inspired tights. Got that pink in there. I saw that in there. He always pay homage to other wrestlers. He's been doing that. But, there was a good part where Sami Zayn countered the go to sleep into a schoolboy pin to a near fall. We saw CM Punk. He almost got hit with a lever kick, and he ducked out the way. Sami missed. He got some near falls. But at the end of the day, CM Punk got the GTS go to sleep on Sami Zayn, got the pinfall, and CM Punk is going to qualify. He will be in the Elimination Chamber match next month, a few weeks in March. Be a few weeks away. And we know that's going to happen now. Now, CM Punk, he's the first man after John Cena to qualify. And I mean, he's the first man to qualify following winning a match. We know John Cena had to do nothing to qualify because he's John Cena. He stated that in the press conference. So we know that as well. But now it's official. CM Punk is in the chamber. He'll be there alongside John Cena. Now we only need 4 other men to qualify, and we got ourselves a chamber match for the men's side elimination chamber. But we saw these two, they shook hands, and afterwards, Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn right after. So KO got his attack on Sami. I knew this was coming, and he did the what's it called? The band pile driver, and that was it of the show. And that's how Raw closed out. Again, 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that. I'm loving that too. But that was good, very very good. And we're gonna also talk about next week's matches. So next week's matches for Raw, one would be Bailey versus Lara Valkyria, the current Women's Intercontinental Champion. So we got that. That'll be a qualifying match. I expect Bailey to win that. Bailey got to win something. And she's always good in Elimination Chamber. Other match I mentioned earlier, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul in Elimination Chamber qualifying match. But with that being said, let's go on and let's talk about the review of Monday Night Raw. So after everything that's covered of the show, I gotta say, solid show. 4 out of 5. And it's one particular thing we'll get into. And if you guys have mentioned already, yes, I will mention that too. We'll talk about that too. Have not forgotten about the issue that Netflix had. We'll get into that. But other than that, though, you guys let me know, what did you think of Monday Night Raw? Did you think it was a good show despite the issues that Netflix had? I thought it was overall a solid show. Just a little hiccup there. A lot of people were upset about that, but like I said, we'll get into that. We'll definitely go discuss more about that issue because that is an issue, and we hope it don't happen no more. But other than that, I thought it was a solid one. Some very, very good segments on my head. Very good segments. I don't see any reason why it will be any big issues. But I thought it was a good show. Speaking of which, community tab, you guys can always place your vote in your comments. This is what people are saying. 63% gave it an A, 21% gave it a B, 6% gave it a C, 10% gave it a D or F. So you guys let me know what you thought of the show of Monday Night Raw. All right, let's move on to the next segment, and that is what went wrong. What went wrong with Raw? What were the issues that were shown on the show? What could have been better? What could have been improved? What could have been anything you could think of that could have helped improve the show? We surely gonna talk about that because that was just something definitely could have been better. Whether you guys thought it wasn't or not, we definitely got to discuss that because it was some stuff that I know, some small stuff I noticed. Just some small stuff. But we're gonna go over some stuff that were issues from Monday Night Raw and what the case may have been. But let's get into that shortly. Let's see what were the issues of the whole thing I saw or did not see, I should say. We'll definitely see what things could have been better as far as that goes. What that I noticed on the show that could have been improved or just was not present. So let's get to that right now. All right. First thing I want to talk about when it comes to Monday Night Raw were issues that, at least I thought I was going to see. Would have definitely helped the show. All right, the first thing I'm going to talk about right now, I was kind of surprised with this, to be quite honest. A little bit shocker to me. But they say it's rumors. It was never confirmed by Raw anything. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway. First thing I saw I didn't see was no Alexa Bliss. I thought she was going to be this episode of Monday Night Raw. They said she'd be a part of Monday Night brand, the Raw brand, and she wasn't there. I don't know. And the reason I say that because Alexa Bliss had a huge pop at the Royal Rumble. In case you missed that, before Charlotte Flair returned, the crowd was going nuts for Alexa. I thought they would capitalize off that since she got eliminated early and have her show up on Raw. But unfortunately, it did not go down that way. For whatever reason, it didn't. So, other than that, though, I was not a fan of that at all, not one bit.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So yeah, I wish Alexa Bliss had been there. It would have definitely helped out the brand and everything, but it didn't. For whatever reason, it did not do that at all. So unfortunately, that stinks. Hopefully, we see the next upcoming weeks. I hope so. But you know what? We gotta find out how they're gonna do this whole thing. But I really hope they really do something with that as far as that goes. I really hope something happens. I really hope that they capitalize off that. Because I don't see anything at all that's gonna that could not have her on the show. It's almost forgotten that she's going to be on there. So I don't know, guys. I really don't understand the whole thing about that. I really don't understand about that at all. So hopefully they do something with it. I really hope they do more with it. Because I would hate for them to do something with her and nothing happens at all. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully I'm wrong on this one. Because if not, you're gonna fumble with Alexa Bliss. I'll tell you right now, you're gonna fumble with her. And a lot of fans been expecting her to come back. She's been gone for 2 years, and that's all you do. Quick elimination chamber spot. Quick Royal Rumble spot, excuse me. And she eliminated real fast. Yeah, that's not good at all. So I would like more to be done with that. But let me move on to the next thing. Next thing I saw wrong with Raw. Did Final Testament quietly disband without us knowing? I don't remember them saying anything about the stable being disbanded. Well, lately, for the past several weeks, when we see Karrion Kross on Raw, he's always alone. And on this episode, he was seen talking to Sami Zayn, about, he wants Sami to improve. And we know that once people come across Karrion Kross, it end up becoming heel. Look at New Day. Look at Miz. He sent Miz actually to SmackDown, and others. So I wonder what's up with that. I knew Final Testament was not working, but I thought they would at least send them off properly. I guess they sent them back. I think that stay was done. And so they need to be, but otherwise, there still was no story about that. At least send them off with a proper end if that's the case.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So yeah, I did not like that at all. I thought that was kind of weird, to say the least. Why was it like that when it came to that? I thought it was kind of strange. I thought more was going to be done with that. So I don't understand that. So, but we know that I don't see AOP no more. Paul Ellering. I don't even see Scarlett with him. I don't even see that. So I don't get the whole thing. And if so, that's a good thing as well, because he needs to be on his own. He needs to be on his own. So I'm not sure what the whole deal is with that. But other than that, though, that's the issue I saw. That Miz is on SmackDown now. Karrion Kross is literally by himself now, without telling the proper story. But other than that, that's the things I saw going on. But you guys let me know, I think they quietly disbanded as a stable. I don't think we're gonna see much more of them like this anymore. It's gonna be just Karrion Kross alone. That's at least the way I see it. I could be wrong, but I could be right too. We'll see in the next upcoming weeks how they're gonna do that. But it doesn't look too good from here. Not a good look at all. But I know this is good with Sami Zayn because after Sami Zayn got attacked by Karrion, speaking of which, we know it did not turn out well.
Come on, Kevin, not this! Not again! Stop this! Damn it! Stop it!
Yeah, so hopefully things get together with that, and things will be better as a whole. But other than that, yes, I'm gonna go over the big thing, the number one thing that people saw issue with, and we're gonna talk about it. So another thing we saw wrong with Netflix, it was actually a big wrong. The Raw Netflix glitch. Let's talk about that. Talk the big glitch that happened. During the episode, especially the main event with Sami Zayn versus CM Punk, the on Netflix started glitching, started moving slow, and this was a major concern before Raw even debuted on Netflix. We kind of saw this with the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, but we see a glitch here, and people on social media, you know, they're gonna express their frustration. They was not happy about it. Look what they have to say here. Not gonna lie, this Raw has been awful. One, technical issues glitching, pointless. Returning to hear no commentary, just watching superstars walking around the ring with a timer in the corner. We returning so much time. The other person said Raw's glitching out so bad. So this was not good at all. And WWE, you know that that people was gonna wreak havoc if this was gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list!
All right. Well, let's get on to what went right with Raw, because a lot of things did go right at the end of the day, and some good things that happened. First thing I want to notice, they did touch on this during the episode, and I'll mention it again. And the first thing I'm going to mention about the show. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to talk about this too before we get to it. Nothing that did go wrong. One last thing I do not like. I just played the clip. Why are we getting Kevin on Sami Zayn again? Seriously, I just want to notate that. I don't want to see that at WrestleMania. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to see that no more.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list!
Yeah, why KO that? Yeah, I'm not going to get to more of that, but let's get to what went right with Raw. And the first thing I noticed that went right with the show for this one, they touched on this real quick. AJ Styles, the new member of the Raw brand, he has been transferred over. Right before the transfer window was over, Adam Pearce announced on Raw that AJ Styles will be part of the Raw roster. That is good to hear. I'm glad that's the case. Waiting to see what's going to happen there with that. But I'm glad to hear that. SmackDown was really nothing else for him to do. As far as that goes, I didn't see nothing of it. Maybe you guys did. I didn't see what was the whole use of that. I didn't think nothing else could do because he already challenged Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. You know, that already happened. And we also had as well that he feuded against LA Knight. And his last match was on SmackDown was against Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was the last one. So that was the last match that happened between that. But other than that, though, guys, that was I think him moving over is actually a good move because we have to remember, too, that SmackDown did get Miz and Damian Priest and Braun Strowman, who all three guys were on Raw. So we knew they had to rebound by getting somebody solid. So that I'm not surprised with at all. I'm not surprised. But we'll see what happens next. We'll see they're going to go from there. But this is a good thing. I just hope AJ stays healthy. I just hope he stays healthy this time. He does not get hurt again. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Other than that, this is a win for Raw. It's always good to have a veteran like AJ of his caliber on the roster.
Yeet.
All right, so that was good. AJ Styles is part of the Raw brand. Oh, now you guys let me know what you think of AJ returning to Raw. I know he was on Raw before, and then he was on SmackDown for a while, but we'll see what the next thing is going to happen. And he will be back next week on Monday Night Raw as well. If I didn't say that already, he will return next week because he was not on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. He was not there, but we're gonna see what happens, what storyline he gets into. But let's get to another thing that we saw on that went right with the episode. Nothing went right. Let's talk about it. The promo was wild with Charlotte Flair. But it was entertaining. I like the interaction between her and Rhea Ripley. Like I said, they both got a win on each other. Last time we faced off, I beat you. Rhea told Charlotte that. The first time we fought, I beat you. They got a win over each other. And this is going to lead to a good story of a Rhea versus Charlotte Part 3. I'm actually more invested in this than I am into the Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair. So this is a good situation. WWE could do very well capitalizing on this particular thing. So I'm really feeling this right now. I didn't even think about it deeply. This is a good thing. We saw it twice. I like to see it again because this is a babyface Rhea Ripley this time with the Women's World Championship on Raw, and of course Charlotte Flair won against her again. But this is a win, definitely. I like where this is going.
Yeet.
So we'll see what else happens with that. Another thing I saw too, New Day. New theme music and had a match as a tag team and won. I love their new theme song. I got tired of that old silly shucking and jiving New Day. All that bootios and trumpets and unicorns and all that nonsense. Over with. It's done. I'm glad that's gone. I'm glad we don't see no more of that. That was just way too much. But this is good. So I like where this is going. I can't wait to see who they're gonna really feud with. They got to win due to distraction.
Yeet.
But yeah, this was a good thing for New Day. I like what they're doing with these guys. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen with the Big E situation. I don't know what's up with that. But we'll see what happens later on. I don't know if he's going to return to the ring or what, because that's my only concern with the New Day thing. Everything else is working out fine. That's the only thing that I have an issue with. Like, what are they going to do as far as that goes? Will they bring Big E back, or does he come back, or however are they going to place all of this together as far as that goes? But we'll see. Now, that's enough of what went wrong and what went right. Let's go on to current news. In current news, let's talk about it. Current news in wrestling today. Duke Hudson from NXT was quietly released back in January. For those who don't know, if you're not familiar with Duke Hudson, he was on the NXT brand. He was a part of Chase U alongside Andre Chase, Thea Hale, Riley Osborne, and Rich Holland at one point. When Chase U got disbanded with the storyline with Andre Chase losing to Rich Holland, everybody was gone, but we didn't think one of the people got released. But that is the whole story with that. It sucks. I like Duke Hudson, but according to reports, Triple H was not too high on him. It says it was reportedly Triple H's decision to release Duke Hudson from his WWE contract as he didn't see Duke as a main roster guy. So he did not see that potential in the man. Unfortunately for him, I think NXT I don't believe they do 90 day clause. They do 30. NXT, since it's not the main roster, it's 30. So I'm pretty sure after 30 days or whenever the day's up, every deal they worked out with him, he can actually return to wrestling just on the independent scene or whatever other company he works for. While wishing the best of luck in his future endeavor. Great character. He did his thing, but other than that, that's all for that particular situation. But let's other than that though, we gotta move forward and we'll see what else happens. NXT got a lot of new people coming in as well, so we gotta keep that in mind. But let's shift gears and we're gonna talk about shortly. Let's talk about the bonus round. We talking about Mr. John Cena, and we do see it. So in a couple minutes, I'll get that going. All right, we hit the bonus round. The bonus round is will John Cena win Elimination Chamber 2025? Now we know John Cena did not win the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso did. He was the runner-up to that. But now that we know he has declared himself for the Elimination Chamber, and we know CM Punk is also in there as well. But for John Cena to chase his 17th World Championship and break the record, and also on a retirement tour before retiring, will he win the will he win a chamber match? Because this is Cena's last shot to get a title match at WrestleMania 41. Like I said, this didn't work. Royal Rumble didn't work. Now he has to go through Elimination Chamber. Now he has to go through CM Punk and 4 other guys to win. And Elimination Chamber is March 1st. And we know John Cena currently is filming a movie in Hungary, or Hungary, however you pronounce it. He's in another country filming a movie, and he's going to come back. When he does return, he will be a part of this match. But does he win? Will he win this? Because we got to go over the history here. John Cena, he has some good records. He has one thing that's working on John Cena's side very well. He does have history with the Elimination Chamber. Now, we know when it comes to the Chamber, Cena won the Chamber 3 times in his career. 3 times. So he has some experience with the Chamber. He's actually won a WWE Championship in the Chamber, and he's retained a WWE Championship in the Chamber before losing it afterwards. Well, than that, he has experience. So he's been there with the best. He's been there with Triple H, the Shawn Michaels, the Edges, the Chris Jerichos, and Rey Mysterios, CM Punk, one of them. He been Randy Orton, you name it. He's been in the chamber with all of them, all the greats. And what's good about the stat is he's actually third. He's actually second all time. Triple H has won the Elimination Chamber match 4 times. He holds the record for that. But for 3 wins, he's tied with Daniel Bryan. If he were to win this chamber, he'll be tied with Triple H for most Elimination Chamber wins, in case you guys didn't know it. And after that, you got Edge and Drew McIntyre winning twice in the chamber. Then everybody else won only once, including CM Punk being one of them. And Randy Orton currently, I'm talking about active people. And that's it. You know, Roman Reigns also won the chamber. The thing about it is, he has the second most wins in history, and this could really work in his favor to win the 3rd one. But we gotta know if will he win. Now, think about him. Does Cena? Like I say, he has everything going well for him as far as that goes. But does Cena win the chamber make sense? Does Cena win this chamber make any sense at all? Does it make sense for Cena to win this chamber match? Because we gotta realize, John Cena, I think it's a lot of misconception, and this is what John Cena and WWE clarified for. John Cena says his final year, not the final match, not up until WrestleMania. We got John Cena the whole 2025. Of course, limited dates, not every single day in 2025. You know, being technical, but he is going to be for the year. So if that's the case, he don't really need to win the chamber right now. Considering the fact that Jey Uso has won the Royal Rumble, he's more likely going to challenge Gunther for the world title. Cena, I saw him challenging for the world title, not for Cody's WWE title, because but it doesn't matter. He can continue to chase the 17th title. He could still do that, but he doesn't have to win the chamber to do that. You know, he doesn't do it. Now, don't get me wrong. He does need an important match in his final WrestleMania, but he does have to win the Elimination Chamber to do that. He doesn't have to do that at all. He can still do that by having a great opponent. There's rumors saying it could be CM Punk, Randy Orton, or Logan Paul. He will get a good opponent, but the chamber, it does not require him to win the chamber, because he's going to chase the 17th regardless whether he wins the chamber or not win the chamber. He doesn't have to do that. Cena has a lot of time for the rest of the year to do that. So that's the thing. Does he really need to win? Parts of him does, some part of him don't, but he has experience. Because also, as well, Cena got the most appearances in the third most appearances in the Elimination Chamber. Now, Randy Orton he's number one. He's been to a chamber 9 times. Chris Jericho's second at 8 appearances. And John Cena comes at number 3 with 7 appearances in the chamber. Now, of course, with this chamber coming up in March, he will be tied in second with 8 alongside Chris Jericho. So he has experience, but he still don't need to win. He still need to win. Because in fact, Cena, he could always win a championship later this year. And when I mean later this year, I'm talking like a Money in the Bank. He could win the contract. He could win a number 1 contendership match. You know, he could win that. You know, maybe a triple threat or a 4-way. He could win number 1 contendership or Money in the Bank. Some solidified guaranteed he will win the WWE or more likely the World Heavyweight Championship. Does not have to always win the Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble. So, and he won these matches before. He's a 2-time former Royal Rumble winner, and he's won the Chamber 3 times. He has nothing else to prove as far as those matches go. But I could see Cena win a number 1 contendership or the Money in the Bank ladder match later this year for the World Championship, more likely. If WWE title, that's fine too. But other than that, though, if you have to ask me, I don't think he's going to win the chamber. I think that now we will have CM Punk, we'll have Seth Rollins qualify, we'll have Logan Paul qualify. So that's 3 other people. If you add one more, if I had to guess, hoping Randy Orton come back, he qualifies. Roman Reigns will not qualify. Remember, they said that it's an update on Roman Reigns. He'll be out for quite some time, and Elimination Chamber is a few weeks away. So I don't see Roman sneaking in and getting the final spot, because you know they're going to have a final last chance spot. Maybe Randy Orton gets it, or a Finn Balor gets it. No, Finn Balor's going against Seth Rollins. Excuse me, not Finn Balor. But maybe if besides Seth, Punk, Logan, maybe Drew McIntyre, maybe, or Damian Priest, whoever to get the 5th spot. You don't have to be necessarily Cena. Cena has he has later on to gain to try to go for the world title or WWE title. And that's all I have for will Cena win? Will he win Elimination Chamber 2025? You guys let me know what you think of that. Do you have Cena winning or do you have him losing? Greatly appreciate it, guys. And of course, we cover Raw. CM Punk a little more secure spots in the Elimination Chamber, and we got Elimination Chamber coming up, and it will be March 1st. So it might be around the corner before you know it. Check out the content, guys. Click the links below. Until then, guys, you already know what it is. OUT.
Something happened this weekend, and I have been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, It was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and